Welcome back to another Habs Daily News with your hockey coach guru, Coach Frenchie. Today, episode number 82. We're going to talk about the Montreal Canadiens rookie camp in September. We're going to talk about the Christian Dvorak as an insurance policy. We're going to talk about the trade bait possible for Josh Anderson and compare versus Christian Dvorak. And at the end of the episode, we're going to talk about the NHL news today. So don't go nowhere. But before we start, guys, we invite you, don't forget, please, to click on the likes, subscribe to the Hockey Nation Live Show, and of course, at the end of this video, leave me a comment about the episode number 82, and let's dive in about the episode. First of all, we're going to talk about the rookie camp for the Montreal Canadiens. It's going to be in Buffalo. They have involved 6 different teams in NHL. Of course, the Montreal Canadiens with the Buffalo Sabres. We have the Pittsburgh Penguins, the Boston Bruins, the Ottawa Senators, and finally the New Jersey Devils. Every player had to report in Brossard September 14th for the physical test. Then they're going to move to Buffalo and start their first game September 15th, following the 16th, and the last game is going to be September 18th. This is going to be under Jean-François Houle, head coach for the Laval Rocket. Is going to be involved with his assistant coaches. Then this is going to be at the Lincoln Harbor Center, the facility of the Buffalo Sabres. Then the Montreal Canadiens inside the roster, you're going to see a chance to watching Gerard Slavkovsky, Philippe Mézard, Owen Beck, Joshua Roy, Riley Kidney, and Albert A. Jack. Are some of the players going to be part of the roster and many others. So it will be interesting to follow the rookie camp again at September 15 to 18. Let's move on, guys, in talking about Christian Dvorak. And the reason I want to talk about him, first of all, Christian Dvorak last season played only 56 games, missed over 26 games for the Montreal Canadiens. It was his first full year with the Habs, scored 11 goals, 22 assists, 33 points. Did very well under Martin St. Louis. He's 26 years old. He was drafted by the Arizona Coyotes, 58 overall pick. Got traded by the Coyotes to the Montreal Canadiens after the departure of Kotkaniemi. He's a great center, have a great number last year, TOI over 17 minutes, face-off percentage of 56.7, the best for the Montreal Canadiens. He said carry on a 3-year contract at $4.5 million, and he can be as a center number 2 or center number 3, and he's really good on the special team, on the power play, and on the PK. Insurance card policy for the Montreal. We know they trade Romanov for Kirby Dach, and because he's still only 21 years old, he's not ready to establish himself as a center number 2. I believe Dvorak play an insurance policy right now for the Montreal Canadiens. They believe that was over Wright and Cooley. First of all, he's already been in the league for over 3 years, but we know he struggled overall. Dak had a wrist surgery. His face-off was about 36% overall, and Chicago moved him from the center to the winger at the middle of the season last year. So Christian Dvorak, guys, bring experience in front of that. His salary is only at $4.5 million, and he still has this for 3 years. So for me, plus he play on power play on PK, is a little bit similar to Philippe Danault. Right now, Dvorak is a good insurance policy for the Montreal Canadiens. Now, let's move on to Josh Anderson. And the reason he is right now on the trade brief for the Montreal Canadiens, I think for me, Montreal should looking to trade him. He carry on a $5.5 million. He's already at 27 years old. At the end of his contract, he's going to become 33 years old. Right now, he's a high demand in NHL. But I feel the next 3 years is going to be on decline. He's an average of 20 goal average per year, has about 35 points. He injured a lot. Last 3 of his 5 years, he have a lot of injuries. Of course, he can bring a great asset return for the Montreal Canadiens if you trade Anderson in the next couple of months. First round pick, second round pick, a good prospect in return. That's what I feel Montreal can get right there. Anyway, Montreal is not going to be ready in the next 2-3 years to become a top 15 team. And for me, Marc Bergevin always been on the old or not take advantage of strength players while at their peak. And at this moment, because the team are looking for the power forward, stronger winger, Anderson could be a great asset for the Montreal Canadiens. That brings to me right now to you is Dvorak versus Anderson. Dvorak secured the position center. Dvorak is a little bit younger than Anderson. Dvorak have a lower salary cap. And Anderson bring asset for the Montreal Canadiens if they trade him. But Anderson won't get better at the end of his contract. And Anderson helped the salary cap drop if they trade his $5.5 million and over $25 million at the end of his contract. That's why I will trade Anderson in the next couple of months, maybe at the trade deadline versus Christian Dvorak. I understand Hughes is not completely sure about this, but I really believe if you put an Anderson with another one, like maybe Joel Armia, a package deal, you're going to save over $8 million. That would be really important for the Montreal Canadiens to consider. Finally, to conclude this episode, a couple of NHL news around the league. The New York Rangers signed a Kako, the 21 years old, a contract of 2 years at $2.1 million. Last year, played only 43 games, has 7 goals, 11 assists for 18 points. He have obviously injuries again. Played pretty good overall for the Rangers during the playoff, but at the end of the playoff, getting healthy scratch Capo create some drama around the team will be something to follow up for the upcoming year. The Ottawa Senators signed the 25 years old Matthew Joseph a 4 year contract at $2.9 million. He played 69 games for the Ottawa Senators last season, 12 goals, 18 assists, 30 points. We know he was involved in the trade between the Senators and the Tampa Bay Lightning versus Nick Paul. Finally, the Anaheim Ducks signed their first round pick NHL Draft 2022, Nathan Gaucher, a non-trade level contract. And that's conclude all the news and NHL yesterday. Here we go, guys. This concludes the episode number 82. We talk about the rookie camp, Christian Dvorak, Josh Anderson, a couple of news around the league. But before we leave, we invite you, don't forget, please click on the like, subscribe to the Hockey Nation Show, and leave me a comments below this episode. And, of course, you have greatness inside of you. Have an amazing, blessing day, everybody.